So we're at Smoky House Center in Danby, Vermont today. It's the middle of May right now, which means that it is time to start collecting bloodroot seed. So we're right now in the exact sort of forest where we would expect to find bloodroot. This is a floodplain forest. We've got Mill Brook right behind us, a canopy that's dominated by sugar maple. We've got some black cherry as well, some basswood, as well as a lot of herbaceous, rich site indicator species in the understory. So we're in the right place to find bloodroot. So we're gonna find some bloodroot and teach you how to collect seeds today. So this right here is a small population of bloodroot naturally occurring at Smoky House Center. And bloodroot is a really ecologically valuable forest-grown plant here in Vermont, naturally occurs in our forests, and it also holds a lot of human cultural value. And this is a plant that people in the region are interested in growing out in forest farming systems in their forests. One of the problems, though, is that it's really hard for these forest farmers to source seed and rootstock to establish these new forest farming systems from locally sourced plant material. So through a USDA-funded initiative, through the Northeast Forest Farmers Coalition and other regional partners like Smoky House Center, we're working to start a grassroots nursery industry in the region that will get this locally sourced planting stock of some of these species like bloodroot and black cohosh and Solomon seal and some others into the hands of forest farmers. So one way that we're doing this is Smoky House Center is actually buying seed, locally and sustainably sourced seed of some of these plants from anyone who will sustainably collect it. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is how to actually sustainably collect bloodroot seed and then how you can send it on to us at Smoky House Center to get out to our forest farmers in the region. Okay, so here we are in that same floodplain at another little pocket of bloodroot. These are really healthy, large leaf plants, as you can see. So one thing about collecting seeds from any wild plant population is you only want to collect from healthy, well-established populations. You know, if we saw one or two bloodroot plants in this floodplain, we'd want to leave those alone. But here we probably have about 200 plants. So this feels like a population we can collect a little bit of seed from. You generally only want to take about no more than 20% of a population. So here we might collect seed from around 40 plants. And you really want to focus on only taking ripe seed from plants. So the way that we collect bloodroot seed is with these little mesh bags. We like the hot pink ones courtesy of Margaret Bloomquist at NC State. She dropped these off to us, and we like the pink because they kind of alert you to where you left your bags in the forest. So you can always go back and you're not going to miss any, right? And the reason we use these is, as I said, bloodroot seed pods will open kind of sporadically at a different time in early June. So instead of going back constantly and harvesting, what you can do is just come in one time before the seed capsules are ripe and find your capsules and put the seed bag right over them and then pull them tight. And that way, when those seeds are ripe and that pod opens up, they'll just fall right into this closed off bag, and you'll be able to come back, one time and collect all your seeds. So here we are, we've collected or put these mesh bags over about 20% of this population here of the seed pods. And now all we have to do is wait. So we'll wait for these seed pods to start to open in a couple of weeks likely, and then we'll come back and we'll collect all these seeds. So once you have all of your seeds, you really want to make sure that you're sorting out any other material of the pod. You don't want any sort of moist pod material in with your seeds. And then before you send them to us, we recommend mailing bloodroot in some sort of plastic bag. If you have a small amount of seed, some of these little plastic baggies are good. If you have more seed, a plastic sandwich bag is great. And ideally, you're sending these seeds as quickly as possible because we really want to get them into sort of a stable environment as soon as possible. One really important detail that we're asking folks is that they also fill out one of these seed collection cards that has some basic information. We really want to keep track of where this seed is coming from over time. So this has information like the species, the date you harvested, the location, including the town, the county, and the state, who collected it, the number of seeds you collected, some information about the population, and then to the best of your knowledge, whether this was a naturally occurring plant population or a human planted population. Then you can leave your email to us and we'll get in contact about getting you paid. We're offering seed collectors $3.50 for every 20 seeds of Bloodroot that they collect and send to us. So you can do the math on that. It's not a huge amount of money, but we're hoping it's enough to get people participating in this community science project with us. And stay tuned, because we'll be putting out calls for other seed as well, other forest botanical seed like Solomon seal and ramps and black cohosh and wild ginger and maybe a few others as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing some of your seed in the mail, and thanks for helping us with this initiative.